everyone, let's go over the personal narrative writing prompts. You're going to be able to have some choice in this. So you have 5 prompts to choose from. You only need to pick one. Don't try to write about all 5. Just pick one. Okay, so you can choose to write about your background, identity, interest, or a talent that's so meaningful to you that you believe your story would be incomplete without it. Okay, or you can talk about something you've learned from failure sometimes. That can definitely happen. So maybe sometimes that you made a mistake and that you learned from it. How did it affect you? What did you learn from the experience? You can reflect on the time when you challenged a belief or an idea. Why did you do it? What prompted you to act? And would you make the same decision again? Why or why not? And then or you can describe a problem you solved, or maybe a problem you'd like to solve. And this can be an intellectual challenge, a research query, an ethical dilemma. It can be something huge. It can be something small, okay? It could be global issues, national issues, or it could be something happening in your own home. That's up to you. So you just want to explain its significance to you and what steps you took or would take to identify a solution. So don't just talk about the problem, also talk about a solution. And then your final choice is you could discuss an accomplishment or event, formal or informal, that marked your transition from childhood to adulthood within your culture, community, family. Which one? So you pick one of those. Okay, now you can choose your project. You can write 1 to 2 paragraph response explaining your answer. Include figurative language. Include examples. Talk like you are writing for a formal audience. You can do a 7 to 8 slide PowerPoint with text, photos, and art explaining your response. You can create a 5 to 6 minute video explaining your response, and you can include photos, music, or art. Or you can create a piece of art illustrating your response and include an explanatory paragraph. So you can't just turn in a piece of art. You have to also explain how it relates to one of these 5 choices. All right. So these are your options. So if you choose to write the paragraph, you want to use the paragraphs. Choose correct grammar, punctuation, spelling, and usage. You can use quotes from anything you like to read or listen to for adding detail and description. Make sure you cite your sources. You can also want to use interesting description in your responses. Appeal to the 5 senses. Give examples. Option 2, if you do the PowerPoint, same thing with grammar, punctuation, spelling, and usage. Use complete sentences. Okay. You also need to use text throughout your PowerPoint. You can't just have photos or art. You want to make sure that you cite photos. If you took it, if you got it from Google, it's okay if you don't cite it because this is just for for me to look at. Be creative. All right, then you have the 5 to 6 minute video. And so this, you can video yourself. You can include photos, music, and art. Make sure you use formal language when you're speaking in your video, not slang or jargon. You must be dressed appropriately for school when you're filming yourself. You have to actually speak throughout the video, even if you have photos, music, and art. And then you want to upload your video to YouTube or somewhere like that, and then just submit your link to me. Be creative. And then finally, if you create a piece of art illustrating your response, make sure you include an explanatory paragraph. Any kind of 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional art of your choice, and you can take a picture of whatever it is. Make sure you have good lighting when you're photographing it so I can only see it, and you have to include a paragraph explaining the significance and how it relates to whichever one of those questions you chose to answer. And in that paragraph, you want to make sure that you use correct grammar, punctuation, spelling, and usage. Once again, you can use quotes. Make sure you cite them. And just be interesting in your response. Make sure you're using that figurative language and appealing to the 5 senses. So that is our personal narrative project.